my name is Russell Scott from scarcarvings.com, and now it's time to get into carving the Pilgrim, Mrs. Pilgrim. And I'm sure you finished your last, the Mr. Pilgrim. You can probably keep her right there-ish. And again, like I said, I like to take a bad piece, and like everything else, so let's get into and pencil in what we want to pencil in, and let's get going. Now the thing is, what I'm also going to pencil in is the back here in the front. So let's get that in. Make sure that we don't forget about it. And just leave this kind of big for now. In fact, make it come together. Make it come together, you can always separate it. And I'm trying to get the lines in there, and then here. And this comes underneath. Underneath. It comes round. Got it about here. About here-ish. Same here. How was it on the other side? I want to have it a little even. Is it even? It's about the same on either side. Let's bring that in a little bit. And like everything else, we want to put in the creases. Now, this is the bride rough out, and she's holding a bouquet of flowers. And so we're going to make a pumpkin on that. We got to use all of it. Try to use all of it. But this time the hands are going to be on the side instead of holding on to flowers. It's going to be sort of more underneath. Same with about up here. And it's going to be underneath. Put the sleeve in, collar in, and that collar sleeve. Now her hair is, I'm going to remove the hair. And the bride has her hair in front, but we're going to remove the hair there. And we're going to use as much of the hair as we can in the back. Now we'll come back later. Now here, let's not come back later. Let's, like I mentioned before, kind of just a little bit here, just to kind of favor the head by cutting towards, if that's the way to put it. Now what's going to happen is that she's going to have this and it's going to come below, just a little bit below the elbow, the shoulders. Oh. And we're going to round this too. I'll come back later with putting this low. We don't have to put the flip in right now. I'd rather round it first. And there it is. She's about ready to go, just like that. Now this is the difficult part, is going to be, other than the face, of course, is going to be next will be the pumpkin. And so, let's get started. Putting my cuticle glove on, my chisel glove on. And start right on in. Where are you? There you are. And I'll start in on this. Now what I want to do is I want to turn the chisel so this flip is up and that flip is down. So what you're doing, you're cutting away from the apron. Now now I got a new carving, new adjustments. And I want to try to make this as smooth, each cut as smooth as possible. It's kind of difficult. Away from the cloth, away from the apron, away from the apron. Now we're going to get into that nasty part there. Oh, look at that, they'll probably come right off. You never know how deep that is until you get in there. How far can I get the light? I'm trying to get the light in here, get some better lighting. Bring the camera back over this way. And begin. Or not begin, but continue. Again, I'm gonna, this blade is down and this is up. I'm going around this. I'm gonna leave the head alone a little while here. I want to reevaluate the hand before I get into that. Oh, I forgot the apron. I didn't forget, I just didn't finalize it. Trying to get it, like I said, turn this way. And turn. I want it to be smooth. Maybe if I did this way here, it'll be a little more smoother. There we go. I'm going to use it just a little bit edge just to get it started here. Even though we're just only putting V-cuts in, I guess I'm getting carried away again. All right. I forgot the pencil marks in here, but I'll give it extra. Taking a little extra off in there. I think I've got things going here. Like I said, I may want to rethink the hands a little bit. I think this sleeve is actually here. And this sleeve is here. I can see the bump. That is off by a little bit. Now I want to leave the pumpkin alone because we're going to have to really use a lot of that wood to create this pumpkin away from the flower that it originally was designed for. Okay. Too bad I cannot open the make that a little wider. So, okay, here's what I want to do next. I'm going to start in on the dress. And instead of the knife, we're going to use chisels. So in other words, we're going to be shaping while taking off the fur. So I want to do a stop cut. Good solid stop cut. Careful. Careful with the pinkies. The digits. I'll get back to the knot later. I don't know, where did I start? I thought I started here, didn't I? Okay, we're going to take I've got this, we'll start with this number 5, my number 5. About 25 now. Let's give it just an extra jolt here. Forgot to get that going before we got started. Let's see what happens if we try to take the fur and cut at the same time. Kind of saving ourselves the extra time, because this dress is kind of, it's imperfect and it's wavy and all that, and we're going to come back even with a bigger tool. But we want to keep it going up so the dress will fall. So we're taking off and shaping at the same time. Being careful. Cutting and taking. Now the thing is too, while we're doing this, to keep in mind, the reason why I'm doing some digging here is this is again the bridal's dress, where the Pilgrim ladies were more a modest dress. So in other words, some of this could come off, or you can have it like she's walking. It's sort of the walking folds there. Okay, same here. So we're going to cut quite a bit off. Get up in there. There we go. So we got most all the fur off of the dress. And if we left any behind, we'll come back later. Now it's going to be the same with the skirt. Now you want to be careful. You can take a little bit more on the bottom, but when you get close to the waist level, you got to be careful about that. You don't want to take too much. Now we're still going to come back and do quite a number of folds, but it's good to, instead of coming back a second time, now the reason why it'd be a little more easier to do this method here is because this is a dress that is full, the skirt. Now I'm going to get to the arms and everything, but I'll use my knife. Maybe I could think about the folds while we're doing that. So look at that, we're about half done. I don't say half, but let me just hit this, and we'll do some undercutting later, just for the cleanup, or kind of cleaning it up a little bit. Oh, we're being visited by the cat. The cat is making herself pretty comfortable on the table there. Just kind of cleaning this up a bit. And we'll come back, well, I can clean some of it now. But we're going to use other tools to clean that with. Now I want to continue, again, taking out, and I can take this out. Oops, where's my brand? But there's it, cat's got tail. That's this one here. That's an old knife there. Getting underneath there. And all I got is one cat left. We lost Lucy. All that's left is Ethel. She's been trying to get some more attention. Usually she's a cat that doesn't want anything to do with anybody, but after Lucy left, she's been going after attention. And on top of that, we got some neighbor cats that are roaming the neighborhood, which is fine because I want to get that mice population down. Get this started here. I want to. So one method was to just clean it first and do the detailing later. Here, if you kind of know what you want right off the bat, then you can start in. And as long as you use bigger tools, so you don't have to keep coming back all the time. But we are going to come back to this as far as really making it look good. Putting a little stop cut there. Hello. Okay, so I got this started, the back started. All right, let's get going on the arms. We're going to kind of clean the arms a little bit. We're going to clean it first, because almost, if you put a little bit of dig in it, or scoop in it, you'll be all right, instead of just cleaning. It still adds the personality of that arm. Oops, I went the wrong way. No, it isn't. No, this one is a cuff. Pardon me. This one is different from the. This is the opposite. The cuff is out. Oh, I hate that scraping. When you put, and it just, I hate that when it goes right, skirts right on the surface instead of cutting. That's why you got to come back again and again. And I'm going to clean the cuff a little bit. So we're cleaning and shaping at the same time. Now, but here with the hand, because I'm going to come back with the hand, I'm just going to clean it a little bit. And what's going to happen is that the hand, well, a little bit of shaping, is that the hand is going to come underneath. So it's a little bit of a turn, just a little bit of a turn. Up here. I don't want to, again, like I said with the Mr. Pilgrim, is you want to just clean the hands, because you don't want to get your fingers in and all that kind of stuff, and get your detail in, and then you realize you got some fur to take off, and it's going to take away some of your detail. So this is going to go in a little bit. Get a little bit of some dents in there. I'm not sure where that hair is going to go. So there really is no need for a connection yet. A little bit of scoop in here where I left some behind. Now, like I said, I'm going to take quite a bit of this off, so I'm going to clean and take off at the same time here. So I'm not going to have the hair in front. Just going to put a halt right there. We'll come back to that later. Leave it a little more for the pumpkin. And we want to we do want to determine where the shoulder is. Because remember, and let me clean this a bit. I think I still got this one about. Hopefully I didn't take too much off on this side. I'm going to have to take more off on this side then. And come back to that later. Okay, again I want to get to the hair. Now the hair, what we could do is, we can do what we did with the hair. No, I think we better clean it. Let's get a good clean job. Because if there's still a little bit of fur on the hair, then it's not going to work. I thought we can do two birds with one stone on the hair, but you could give it a try. But if you did, you'd probably find a lot of fur, and then you got to keep playing with it until it gets out of there. And the same with the top here. I just want to clean it. Take the top off, take the fur off. Still taking fur off. And get it so the table doesn't rock. Oh, there goes something in the back of my throat again. Ooh, ouch. Twisted my holding thumb. We'll keep some of that tab that's up there. I think we can use some of it. So there, and like I've mentioned, put this here in. That's where right where the shoulder is. That's going to be the deepest part. I'll just kind of commit to some of it. There we go. So you want a nice smooth, instead of it snapping like that. Okay. Now all we got left to do is the pumpkin and the face as far as fur. Like I said, I want the hands. I'm going to do like a hand over hand. The other hand's going to come down. But we still want a nice thumb up there. Oh, trying to draw on it, it grabs the green and let's take this off here. I want to go just a tad bit. Now this is going to be, the thumb is going to be up here and something like that. Now here's the deal with the pumpkin. Let's just kind of get started with the pumpkin. And not only is the pumpkin, now the pumpkin, where is something round? Oh, here, let me pop one of these things off, one of these. Is that the right size? Yeah, just about the right size. Oh, it's a good thing I have one of these handy. If I can pull that off without hurting myself. Now the pumpkin is going to be, of course, generally round. And since the pumpkin is sitting in her hand, it's supposed to be like this. So let's see if that'll help me. But I might want to keep a lot of that. I might come back later. Okay, we got the pumpkin and we want it to disappear into the arms. Yeah, we don't want it to be looking like, we don't want to do this, have it come down like this to a circle. You want it to be in the hands. So if we were to just get started, I'd just take this off. Careful you don't. Like getting our bearings, I always say. Just to get a feel for it. Okay, and then what's going to happen is going to keep coming around here. And keep coming around here. All right, now, remember the pumpkin now is round this way. So, where's my V? I want to make sure I get the hands in there. At least let's get the thumb and the hands in there. You know, come back and do detail it, but just make sure we got enough wood in there. And so we're going to go back a bit. See, the flowers that she's in is very, it's bouqueting out, as it were. Did I get out? And it is of the assumption that a chunk of it, of course, is underneath the hand. That's why we want to maybe a little bit out. And see, all of a sudden it's starting to take shape. And we're almost done with it. Well, done with shaping, I gotta make it look like a pumpkin. And she's holding it tight against her chest, and we gotta shape that. Make sure we don't take too much off her top there. We'll get into that more. And I want it in, tucked in, like this. I think I started to smooth it over here. I didn't want to smooth it, I want to tuck it in. About the thickness of what a thumb would be. And we can, when we start doing the hand, we'll. So it's still relatively nice. It's still shaped okay. But come back later for that. And now, like I said, let's do this. Make sure you put this in. And this is going to come back. And like I said, for the face, we're not going to start it now, but we're going to put this in. Is that, as I say, you work out and then come in. And I think I may have shortened that a little too much. I think I may have. I think I may have. But I think it's still okay. All right, I think it's still okay. So we're going to put, like I said, I want to use some of this. How does she have it? And it comes back. It does have this little, just a little bend here. It's almost even, so I think I went too far. However, her head is turned. We want this to be perpendicular. Where this disappears. Okay, we'll put this in. Remember, this blade is up and this blade is down. There we go, and I'll take the blade and do just a little bit of shaping, but because I want to come back, we're going to leave that alone until we do the face. Make sure I didn't go too far. And I want to do this first, put a little bit of this in. And I'm going to take a smaller round tool. Because we're way different than what we did with the, like I said, I wanted to go, as I said, I'll like to start from the bottom and start working up. But I just see these things and I want to shape it quick. And there we go. Like I said, the shoulder's got to go back. And then I still may need to bring a little bit of this back. So that I can put straighten this a bit. So it's going to come in at an angle. like this, so we would know she's still a woman, female-ish, gonna sort of. And then what I'm gonna do while I'm here, let's put this in. It's a smaller version of what he has. Even though that the dress is I'm not sure how the dress is put together, how she's put together with the dress. Is it through the front or does it just come up from the top? Same thing here. Take this fin up, this fin over. This over. This in the center. This, I think I'm going to have to get my other V in there. And there we go, a good, excellent start. Get everything out of the way here. Get her out of the way here. Just do a pick at the cat a little bit. Give her a pet to let her know. Oh, here she comes. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to kiki the cat off in there. All right, carrying on. Like I said, I like to, then I got it kind of basically roughed out, as it were. Let's start at the bottom. And what I want to do, let's get my glove on. And get some of my bigger ones out. Let's get this one out, this big boy out, and let's get, where are you? Get my hands on this. Let's start with, no, it's not, well, let's hold on. Let's get this one here. I want to start with something in the back. A nice little fold. And then keep banging on that. And I'm going to do something different here. I just did some simple, you could do this, just simple, take your round tools, big round tools, and do what's we got bouncing around over here. Let's get just a couple. Let me get started. It seems to be a little harder than I thought it was. Careful when you get up to the back side here that you don't take any flesh away or any of her away. All right, that's kind of a good start. And what you want to do, either you're going to just do that, and that's good enough. Another thing that's good, then you get a smaller round tool. This time, lean it a little more towards one side. I'm going to lean it more to this side. This ought to go more up in the center. Maybe just get one started here. Well, I got this tool, and just get one started here. Just nice and deep. Where's my knife? He's right here. Get that out of there. Get that out of there. I think I did a little booger here. Okay, see how, now here's the next step. See how it's starting to get it. I always say it's imperfect. Clothing is imperfect. Let's take the next one down. And let's really get in there and do something like this. The smaller one. You can get in there. This one here, I want to go almost straight in. This. Same with here. Let's go a little bit. I want to go a little bit on one side. Remember, this one is on this side. Let's get a little bit on this side. Now, if she was walking, we would have a sort of a walking version of these. So you're getting deeper. You get more shapely here. Then I want to go way, where's another one of mine? Where are you? That's it. Because I want to get in there a little more. Well, this is going to be a little bit because I had 11 in there, so getting a number 9 in there is not going to work as well as I want, but get a smaller number 9. There we go. Really get it twisted in there. And then kind of come up almost like an undercut. Same with this side. That's what I started to do on this side here, so I'll keep going. This one was just straight up the middle. It's nice and deep up the middle. Oops, I was burying the, don't bury the fins. Okay, now I'm going to take my knife and start rounding this. Oops. I have to take a round tool to get in there. And a little bit of twist. And try to get some of that sharpness out of there. But in here, I want to be careful. I still want a little bit of a sharpness because I want that to get deep in there. On this side here. And just taking some of the sharpness off. Okay. Now when I add a little bit of 3-dimension, in other words, take some of this off, just here. So we're making the dress, like I said, we want it as imperfect as possible. There, like this. Now we're taking some of the sharpness off. And of course there's quite a bit of cleaning up to do. Now I want to take, speaking of sharpness, let's take my, can I get my, where are you? Over, oh, there he is. Can I get this in there? Or is that, no, it's too late for that. Yeah, it's too late for that. And there you go. With at least, then I want to a little bit get off of here. Just a little bit. Do something like this and we get a better undercut, because what we're going to do is we need some very good undercutting coming. Okay, so before we do that, let's end with this. Same thing here. One here. Gonna stagger it out, maybe one really close. Okay. Where did I put my knife now? Oh, for heaven's sake, I put my knife over there. I threw him way over there. There we get. Okay, I am going to now. What are we going to do with the? Going to do the same thing with the skirt, with the apron. Where's my? Here, I got a nice wider one here. Let's start off with this. Boy, this is a lot harder than I thought it would. There's still some marks, some fur. Am I getting out of camera again? And then I can use this tool to take some of the sharpness off. Let's take this one and put there. We'll have to come back at the bottom of that. There we go. There we go, that's a little better. Now I think we are at the point where we can take the glove off. And start in on some nice big undercuts. Where are we here? Make sure I don't lose my direction here. Oh, forgot to turn the speaker off. Somebody sent me a friend request on Facebook. Ooh, I've got friends. So let's get in there, so because we want to lift that skirt up, or we want to lift that apron up, not lift the skirt up. And again, come back for details and cleanup, because we want this to continue on right here. Same with underneath here. Just enough for a nice, again, come back and clean up. There's some nice shadow going on there when you're looking straight on. You know that there's a good separation. We'll have to come back to this. A little too dirty here, a little too, there you go, crappy there. Too much boogers going on down there. I guess it'd come back a little bit of fur there. And I'll have to come back with shaping the, let's see, I'll come back, and then I think I'm going to get my chisel in there. And then here. Way deep. No itch here. Oh, it's there. Get that out of there. Oh, we're headed. I got like that. Have to. Some boogers out of there. Out of there. I don't know how deep we want to go with this. But be careful we get up here. We're going to up to her hips there. We don't want to ruin that. A little more cleaning up. There we go. Got some nice shading going on, shadowing rather. Let's do a little more here. Okay. Gonna turn this a little bit here. There's the arm. Okay, let's get to the let's get to the ties here. I still want to have a little bit of undercut going on here. Okay, then I want to get this started. This started. I think I did get this started before. No, I wonder if I should start using my scout. Twist to it. Now, this is a prime example of, I suppose I should have got the fur off first. So let's get my little round tool in there. Whoops. Again, there's more detailing later, and I wish I had a little more, gave a little more wood back there to make that come out more. Now let's start with the circle here. Start with the knot. Now what's going to happen, let's get this in here. Sort of. Where's my scout? I want to do that. Get into the little one. Where did he go? Huh. Where the heck are you? Oh, where did that? Oh, I put him back in this way. I put him back in the case here. That's a little different, a little better. That's a little better. Okay, what I want to do is I want to bring this up. Take that chip out. Here. right, then I want to bring this down a little bit. Now I want to do the tie. Now you can do all kinds of things with the tie. Oh, geez, we got that mark on there. What I do, just kind of put a couple dents in it and call it good. And it's too small to do a real tie, I think. I'll go through the motion. But it goes something like, if we're going to get this here, little V here comes around. Oh, I can't remember. Okay, this goes, in which this goes into here. This goes, we'll round it. This comes down over here. I don't think I got it right. Where's my V? Because I know this part is right here. It separates here. Kind of separates here. But it does go down. Is that this does go down in between. I think I need to, like I said, get some more detail on it when I do my cleanup and detailing. But for now, I'll just put the nice sharp. I want some Sharpies in there and run it around. This sharp into here. And this. Sharp into here. And this comes around. So, yeah. I know this part for sure comes in between. Around this a little bit. Get that in there. Maybe take some of this off, actually. I don't like it. That's too thick. I get a little bit of roundedness. And again, I want to get maybe some shadow. And the reason why I can't right now, I don't have my visor. I do have my visor. Let's put a little bit of dent here. Let's do a little bit of undercutting here to try to bring that up a bit. Same here. So that still picks up. I think I did start on some of this. Nice bow up. Now in here it's going to be a bit difficult getting in there. And if you can get, I think you can get in here somehow. At least get the sharpness going on in here. Try to get it sharp and clean as best you can. This should be a little bit of a bow here. And turn. For the back, and just a lot of this little booger stuff coming out. So that's kind of basically the bottom. See what more details you can put in. I suppose I'll clean it up. Okay, let's get to the arms and pumpkin and a hand. Let's put this in. Let's make sure we're good with this little undercut here. We're good with the arm and the hand. Still some kind of undercut going on. We'll come back later with more undercut with the hand when we do the hand. Undercutting. Get in there. Oops, over here, put one of these in so you can still round the arms a bit. And put a little twist up here, a little twist up here. There we go. Okay. Now I'm relatively fine with the pumpkin. Let's see what kind of a pumpkin she's got. Now she has her hands open. You can do that here, or you can have it together. I'll do it this is the more easier way, where it's together, and then you won't have to get in there. That out of there. Now let's get this cleaned up here too. All right. Can we begin to commit with the hand? Let's make sure while we're here, while we get to, that's when we get the arms done. So when we get to the hand, then all that is done. I want this to turn in this way a bit. Turn in that way a bit. Where's my bigger knife here? Let's put this in. Just a little bit of this. Some twisting. Come back over here and do these. sure it's clean at the elbow. And it's going to put some raggediness into it. Over on this side, put this in. Put another one here, maybe one here. Put some raggedy looseness. One on this side. Just want to get a little bit of this out of there. Same with this side. I should do a little bit of this little, let's see, a little chip right here. And then I want to put one of these. One of these here. One of these here. Some nice looseness going on in there. Now we begin the hands with this V tool here. Let's bring this up here. There's the thumb. This hand is coming down here. And put there where the thumb is for the other hand. And begin to work with it. Bring this in. Bring this in. A little more. A lot more. And bring this in. Here. Oops, there's a little bit of fur. Got to get to that. And I want to get into, make this nice and sharp here. Sharpness here. That's what we got thus far. You can move this without so much of the shadowing, shading. So just getting that started. Some nice undercuts. You can see the shadow. I like that nice shadow in there. Especially the shadow underneath.